Coming up, one of Flagstaff's favorite shops for crafters is shutting down, plus celebrating St. Paddy's Day with an old-fashioned fiddler. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm Faith Rodriguez.
And I'm Nicole Rutherford. Thanks for tuning in.
Popular fabric and craft store Joann's is going out of business.
The company will shut down around 500 of their stores across 49 states, including the one here in Flagstaff. This Joann's has been a hub for local crafters, providing them with all kinds of fabric, sewing, and crafting supplies.
This is a great store. They have everything to make clothes, to sew and to do some crafts, and they're more specialized than any other store.
Joann's Fabric and Crafts was first founded in 1943, and after its 82-year run, the company is now closing its doors.
I just know that it is bankruptcy. I think it's because of the funding, we can't purchase any more of the goods and then can't keep up with the demands.
The liquidation sale will have all store items ranging from 20 to 50% off. The goal? To get rid of absolutely everything.
They have more variety, more options than at Walmart. It's a big bummer. Walmart has only a small selection.
Many customers are upset, left wondering where they will get their fabric now.
I think it's affecting very, very large scale because people already drive about 3 to 6 hours to get here and they want their fabric, that's for sure.
Employees were not given an official closing date and are still receiving weekly shipments. The city of Flagstaff is building construction on a new roundabout at 4th and Locke Street, starting March 31st. The project's goal is to install new water and storm drain infrastructure and new flashing pedestrian crossing beacons. This new design is aimed to help reduce speeding, avoid angle collisions, and add a crosswalk. The project is anticipated to be completed by the fall.
NAU is set to raise prices in the upcoming school year. A proposal about fee updates has been submitted to the Arizona Board of Regents. If approved, NAU tuition and fees will rise 3.5% for undergraduate students. Graduate students are expected to see a larger increase, upwards of 5%. Arizona State's funding for higher education has significantly decreased for a variety of reasons. As a result, Arizona is now ranked 46th in the country for state support of higher education. The regents will consider the increases March 27th, then vote on them on April 10th. Flagstaff residents celebrated St. Patrick's Day this week, a time for food, drink, and music. NAZ Today's Reese Nuzzi joins us with more.
St. Patrick's Day was celebrated across Flagstaff Monday. We stopped by one of the more popular events. Little America hosted a special St. Patrick's Day celebration on Monday, and along with the traditional St. Paddy's Day meal, guests were treated to the vibrant sounds of a live fiddle performance.
It was really nice. We actually almost went to Mother Road, and then we noticed the menu here and kind of decided last minute to change, and we're really happy we did.
In addition to the Irish feast, fiddler Kate Rose shared her passion for playing classic Irish tunes, opening up about what drives her love for this traditional music.
It's really played from the heart, and it's evaluated based on the emotional quality rather than the technique. And so I try to keep aspects of it like that alive and some of the old tunes and old styles of playing.
Rose, who calls herself a fiddler rather than a violinist, shared her journey of staying in Ireland for a couple years, learning from the old players and the old ways. She adapted these qualities listening just by ear.
Just hearing people play around me, and it just seemed like what I most wanted to do in my life. Just how it transports people out of ordinary life, and then it's also really expressive. You can really express yourself.
Rose has been part of the company Wild World Irish Fiddle for the past few months. This collaborative group blends various rhythms with traditional Irish tunes.
I enjoyed that they had live music. I thought that was really fun. We did come a little early, but it was still really nice.
The spirit of St. Patrick's Day filled the night, bringing joy to the Irish-loving crowd. Reese Nuzzi, NAZ Today.
The Shadows Foundation is hosting a Ladies and Gents Night Out at Southside Tavern. Shadows Foundation is a local nonprofit organization that helps people affected by life-threatening illnesses. The event includes bingo, drinks, raffles, and a chance to bid on a date with one of Flagstaff's most eligible bachelors and bachelorettes. The event will be held on Saturday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Tickets can be purchased in advance for $10 on the Shadow Foundation's website or at the door for $15.
The first Mexican-born NASCAR driver, Daniel Suarez, is making history in the sport of racing, and he drove in this weekend's Shriners Children's 500 in Phoenix recently. Suarez saw his first break into NASCAR in 2017. He became the first Mexican-born driver to win a Cup Series race at Sonoma Raceway.
It's very, very special to be in this position. You know, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't want to be any other driver but myself.
Suarez has his own fan and sponsored event called Daniel's Amigos, which was organized to help grow the sport in the Hispanic community.
To be in this position, having these kind of events in Daniel's Amigos, and I have the opportunity to represent not just my people, my community, my culture, my country. It's something that I'm telling you, I wouldn't trade for anything. But do it in the sport of NASCAR that for many people, you know, it's been a very American sport for many years. And I feel like, things have changed and the sport is very diverse now.
Suarez currently races for Trackhouse Racing, co-owned by Justin Marks and the rapper Pitbull. At the Shriners race, Suarez qualified 31st.
Yesterday, our race car was okay, wasn't great. We knew qualifying wasn't going to be great because we went third car to go out, so that was a big disadvantage. But overall, last year here we didn't qualify good at all, and we finished in the top 10. So we know that we can do it.
Suarez finished 23rd overall in Phoenix and finished second in the Pennzoil 400 the following week in Las Vegas. Suarez is currently 19th in the NASCAR Cup Series standings with his next race this Sunday at Homestead Miami Speedway. We'll have more on NASCAR coming up in sports with Ashley Hinchy.
ADULT. Yep, that spells adult. This Friday, Drinking Horde Mead Hall is putting on an adult spelling bee. Not just tough words, but ones that are sure to make you blush. From 6 to 7 p.m., you can drink your mead and watch people try to spell out words, relive a childhood spelling bee nightmare, and cheer on your buddies.
Today's pet of the week is Nutter Butter, not the snack, but an American Terrier from Coconino Humane Association.
NAZ Today's Carolyn Wolf has more.
Nutter Butter is a 1.5-year-old American Terrier Pit Bull mix who can get along with anyone.
Any home with people, kids, and other dogs, or not, he's good with everybody. Very friendly, doesn't show any aggression towards anybody. So typically just any family would be good for him.
Nutter Butter was transferred to Coconino Humane Association 4.5 months ago.
Yeah, he came from Havasupai. Typically it's the rescue over there. If they are out of room, they'll bring all the dogs over here. So if they have no room in the shelter in Havasupai, they're gonna bring him here. We hold them in ISO, and then they come to the main floor. And that's when he came about 4 months ago, and people have just been hanging out with him since.
Nutter Butter is already fixed, and anyone hoping to adopt him should know he loves to chase his Kong ball around or play tug of war. For more information, go to coconinohumane.org. Carolyn Wolf, NAZ Today.
Coming up, a Flagstaff institution celebrates 45 years in business. Stay with us.
Time to put those winter coats away, Flagstaff, because we have warmer temperatures on the way. And on top of that, we have those really high winds that we've been experiencing easing up this weekend to give us a really nice breeze to enjoy the beginning of spring. I'll have more after the break.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Once again, NAZ Today is around town highlighting destinations that are uniquely Flagstaff.
NAZ Today's Noah McNeil brings us to a Flagstaff institution.
On this week's edition of Around Town, we are trying Macy's European Coffee House. Macy's is celebrating its 45th birthday selling coffee in Flagstaff, so I'm excited to see what keeps the community coming back. The first thing I noticed when entering Macy's was the photography displayed on the walls. The pictures represented different stories captured by the founder, Tim Macy. Before grabbing a meal, I sat down to have a chat with Tim.
The spirit of this place has always been the same. It's always been a family, and anyone that walks through that door is welcome in the spirit of unity, and so it's a very special place for me. People can come in that worked here 30, 40 years ago, and they're still like yesterday, and they're still part of the family, so it's a special place.
Tim assured me that 45 is not a significant landmark, but 50 will be the year Macy's celebrates big. The menu has plenty of dietary options with a wide variety of sandwiches, salads, and sides, catering to vegetarians and people who want gluten-free options. The first thing I tried was a strawberry brown sugar coffee cake that I just couldn't stop eating. I got the Macy's special. I heard it was really good from a few friends, so I want to try it out today. Oh yeah, it's like a hot chocolate, but better. My main course was a nut-free, egg-free grilled cheese with tomato basil soup. The grilled cheese was good, but the soup was one of the best I'd tasted in a long time. After my meal, I spoke with some locals and tourists to ask them what their favorite aspect of Macy's was.
I like that it's been here for so long, and like I can come back years later and it's still here, and I can still see like my friends' pictures on the walls, and it's always been the same. I feel like this is the most Flagstaff place in all of Flagstaff.
It's been great. It was kind of a little bit crowded when I first got here, but people were nice to like make space. And then I kind of came over to the coveted table that has plug-in for my laptop here. And it's just been nice to drink a tasty beverage and get my work done.
Overall, I had a great morning and would recommend Macy's European Coffee House to anyone looking to connect with the historic parts of Flagstaff. Noah McNeil, NAZ Today.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back to NAZ Today, and happy last day of winter. My name is Michaela Richardson, and I will be your forecaster on this Wednesday evening. Now, the sun is still out at 6 p.m., which is really, really awesome because this is the first time I can report that this semester, and that outside temperature is about 42 degrees with clear skies and that northeast wind hitting us at about 10 miles per hour. And let me tell you, that wind chill is really making my ears cold today, but that's not going to be a problem in the next couple of days. But for the current satellite right now, you can see that Arizona really doesn't have a lot of cloud coverage, if at all, and that's only going to be changed a little bit tonight. You can see here in California and Nevada, we have a little bit of cloud coverage coming into the state, but that will burn off tonight just in time for tomorrow. So it's really not going to be a problem unless you're going out and stargazing tonight. But our temperatures for today, we had that high of 45 degrees and a low of 17, a little bit below those averages of 53 and 24 respectively. But the most fun number on this board for me right now is that record low of 1 degree set in 1963. I don't think I've ever been able to say 1 degree and not in the plural before, so that's pretty exciting for me. Precipitation, yesterday we didn't see anything, and that's going to be continuing throughout the rest of the week. But since January 1st, we're finally catching up to that average of 5.46 inches with about 4.05 inches accumulated in the last year. But across the high country today, you can see that the Grand Canyon had a high of 49, Page a high of 52, Hopi following the trend of low 50s with that high of 50 degrees, and Winslow hitting a high of 54 degrees. And as you can see here, Flagstaff, once again, we are the coldest high temperature in the high country for today. But tonight in Flagstaff, we do have that forecast a low of 17 degrees with mostly clear skies in that sunset at 6:38 p.m., which means you guys can finally see that sunset right after this show tonight. So I totally recommend you guys go and do that. But tonight we do have those hourly temperatures. At 8 p.m. we're going to be seeing 30 degrees. Midnight we have 24 degrees with those cloudy skies really staying on throughout the night. But right in between midnight and 4 a.m. at about 2 a.m. we are finally going to be hitting that spring equinox and jumping into spring and getting rid of winter. And I can say good riddance, I'm over it. But tonight we do have that 23 degrees at 4 a.m. and 30 degrees once again at 8 a.m. with that cloud coverage, but that will burn off just in time for our forecast high of 55 degrees tomorrow with sunny skies and that sunrise at 6:30 a.m., which means the days are finally getting longer, and I cannot wait to wear cute outfits once again instead of my winter clothes. Sedona, you are going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow with that high of 66, along with the rest of the high country. You can see we have warmer temperatures throughout the area. In Flagstaff, we're going to be hitting that high of 55 degrees, like I just mentioned. Payson, high of 64. And Phoenix, of course, you had to outdo us. We have that high of 80 degrees down in the valley. But in Flagstaff, once again, you can see we have that high of 55 and that low of 26 tomorrow, like I mentioned, a high of 62 and a low of 31 on Friday. Saturday, we're going to be getting a little bit of cloud coverage, but not that much, with that high of 61 and a low of 33. We'll be jumping up again on Sunday with that high of 63 and a low of 34. And we are going to be jumping over 10 degrees between Thursday and Monday, with Monday hitting that high of 69 degrees and that low of 38. And I, for one, am so excited to be enjoying the warmer weather. But that's all I have for you guys right now. Stay tuned after the break for your sports recap with Ashley Hinchy.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
Welcome back. My name is Ashley Hinchy, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. The Flagstaff High School girls basketball team made history once again, claiming their second 4A championship in just 3 years. Sports reporter Michaela Ayton reports on the thrilling defeat of Eastmark High.
Thursday night, the number 5 Flagstaff High School girls varsity basketball team faced off against number 6 Eastmark High School for the 4A state championship title. Flagstaff took control early, never letting up, powering their way to a 44-30 victory. Tegan Martin was a part of the Eagles championship team 2 years ago, but this one meant more to the senior shooting guard.
It's so surreal, and then to be back here again, I was just getting so emotional because it is my senior year, so to end on this high note is super special.
Martin played a crucial role in the Eagles' victory, showcasing her skill and leadership when it mattered most. Leading the game with 17 total points, 2 3-point shots, and 5 field goals, her performance was key to the team's success.
Well, Tegan's always been like the glue, and she's always been the spark, and you know, she's the one that had the most experience. She won a championship in 2023, and she was the one who led by example and really pushed and really tried to hold the girls accountable.
As the final buzzer sounded, the Eagles celebrated their victory, securing the 2025 4A state championship, adding their 3rd state title in program history. Senior center Gabby Nichols reflects on what made this year's team successful.
I think we all had a really good connection. There was like a really good team dynamic throughout the whole team, which was really special. We all hung out outside of practice, and we all cheered each other on for everything. It was really awesome.
With a strong foundation in place and a high bar set, the Eagles are building on their success as they prepare for the seasons to come. Michaela Ayton, NAZ Sports.
This past week, I was in Phoenix enjoying the hot weather, but my ears are still ringing. Engines were roaring in the valley as NASCAR took over the Phoenix Raceway. NASCAR fans from across the Southwest packed Phoenix Raceway for the Shriners Children's 500. History was made with Christopher Bell becoming the first NASCAR driver to win 3 straight races in a next-gen car. Crew chief Adam Stevens says Bell's consistency this season is no accident.
So we've had 4 races this year. We've put ourselves in position in all 4 and managed to win 3, which is a pretty remarkable batting average and something that will be hard to maintain, I believe.
Bell's historic victory was made on one of NASCAR's short tracks, where strategy and tires make all the difference. But Steven says Bell's talent shines through no matter the track.
And these short tracks have a way of changing quite a bit. You saw the groove move around, especially as the tires age. But he's just got so much talent that eventually I think all the tracks are going to look like this for him, that he can just do it anywhere we go.
The race wasn't without drama. In Stage 2, on lap 99, a multi-car crash sent several drivers spinning. But Christopher Bell skillfully avoided the wreck, staying clear of the chaos and holding his position. Bell edged out teammate Denny Hamlin by just .049 seconds, thrilling fans and making a statement for the 2025 season. Following this race, Bell fell short of his 4th consecutive win this past Sunday at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, taking 12th place. Bell will look to win 4 out of 5 races next Sunday at Homestead Miami Speedway, where he won back in 2023. Up in Boise, the NAU men's basketball team fell to number 2 Montana in the second round of the Big Sky tournament, 74-65. The men have since accepted an invitation to the College Basketball Invitational in Daytona Beach, Florida, to take on Queens, March 23rd at 1:30. Meanwhile, the women's team also fell to Montana in the semifinals, 71-67. But the season for the Lumberjacks is not over yet. They are competing against the Arizona Wildcats in Tucson in the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament, 6 p.m. this Thursday. That's all the sports I have for you tonight. Stay tuned for your weather recap with Michaela Richardson after the break.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Now, once again, a reminder, ditch those winter coats for the next couple of days. We have that high of 55 on Thursday and jumping all the way up to that high of 69 degrees on Monday. But don't forget, we do have a little bit of cloud coverage on Saturday with that high of 61 and a low of 33. So overall, it looks like we're going to be experiencing some nicer weather this weekend. Faith, what do you think about it?
Have you guys heard the saying, in like a lion, out like a lamb?
I have never heard that before. What does that mean?
I heard it on a weather folklore. That means if March starts off with harsh weather, it's supposed to be nicer weather at the end. We'll see. I'm excited.
That's all we have for you tonight. Tune in next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Stay up to date on our socials.